Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the weekend video that is I think a week late or something. Yeah, I wasn't that well after all and I took a bit of a break to actually recover. There was other stuff going on. I spent some time with my family as well last week. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on. There is still a lot of stuff. There is still a lot of stuff going on. I should try not to run away from my own thoughts that often. There will be infrequent breaks over the year in my content. I will not be able to continuously have 2 videos per week, most likely. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted over everything that is important, that is relative to the 3D stuff and all. I don't know if I mentioned this already. I got another display of one of my arts, which is the jester kind of character, harlequin kind of character. I have fun playing that character in D&D, but I'm not sure how long I will play this in the group, because the group itself is interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But still, it's a fun concept and I really like it. So we'll see how the whole thing turns out in the end. This specific thing that I'm doing right now is inspired more or less by the folder of reference material that I have, and I was like, I want to do something of that. I'm still looking into different designs for the armor, so there will most likely be more armors for the soldier tokens that I want to do for my magic deck. In the near future, I will start with the wolf this month, and I will also probably, depending on how much I can do, touch up the human model, so we'll see a lot more of the stuff that I wanted to do over the month. That said, I will start running the D&D campaign next week on Saturday, so this is going to happen and this will take time off my regular schedule. So yeah, this is one of the things that will make the videos more infrequent. I don't know about next week specifically, but in general this will eat some time, and thus I'll just see if I have the time each weekend to make the videos, or if I have to, or if I will focus on other things as well. Yeah, this specific idea again was is from one reference picture that I had. I went a bit more out there with the design. The original had less of a cleavage to show, but yeah, I still wanted to do a pinup, so I went a bit further. The whole thing is also like kind of Nursey themed inspired, so this is where the red crosses come from. The original is a nurse reference, and yeah, I just went with that. One thing that I might actually change, I actually rigged the whole thing. So what I rigged is basically the front and the back loin cloth, or the end of the dress, more or less. And as it stands right now, I don't think I will leave it like it is. It is relatively short. It works for the final render. I think I'm yeah, currently happy with how the whole thing looks, but it could have been more, looking a bit better. Nevertheless, it's a cool thing, and I'm happy with it. yeah, this is inspired by a few different things. For example, the neck piece, the collar, if you still want, no, not a collar, but oh yeah, actually it is a collar. Was inspired by some kind of vampire dress thing, and I wanted actually it to be more pointy, like more pronounced, but in the end I decided to go with this kind of style instead, relatively open, relatively wide, so it doesn't contort with the with the neck too much. I'm sorry about that. And yeah, main thing about this was the actual rigging idea. I wanted to get back into that, play a bit around with that, without making too much of a difference, too much noise. Yeah, took a bit of a break in between, but yeah, I decided to leave the side open for this one. Actually, the original had like the front loincloth style, and then it had a skirt basically going around the whole back. So it was just 2 lengthy cuts along the thigh, and I basically changed that part of the original design, among other things. But yeah, the original had these 2 crosses on the around the hip area, so I decided to add those at least. Yeah. And that's basically more or less about the whole thing. Yeah, I since I knew I wanted to rig this, I decided I'm going to thicken the whole bodysuit instead of having the usual edges, because, as you know, if you've seen my other videos, if I have the edges and I rig it, the extra edges and the main fabric tend to go away from each other because they do not share the weight mapping equally, and making the weight mapping fit is a very lengthy thing. So in this case I decided I'm going to actually thicken the whole thing, see how the whole thing turns out, how this works with the fabric and all, and then I decided I'm going to add the additional not wire, yeah, what I'm currently working on, just as a visual cleaner on the front, because I felt the front was very open. There was very much left that basically I wanted more detail without it being too intrusive on the whole thing, and I went with this kind of additional detail, like the kind of string is the word I was looking for, to add to the whole thing. So this was basically last minute addition to the object. There's one thing I forgot when I made the render. The hand has a lace, a kind of setup, or the wrist has some kind of lace setup, and actually forgot to give it a good lace opacity map. So this is basically just a very flat map for now, that is going onto the hand, which works, but it's not the detail that I wanted to have. So this is something that I would probably change and then resave it. I had to do work over the rigging. Obviously, it went very smooth this time, very relaxed. Well, I could do this very quickly without much issue. So yeah, the last thing to do was actually just add the UV maps and then basically be done with this. This was a bit problematic because I had to set all the edges twice basically, because this is now thickened and it now has actual thickness to it. But I think this is something I will do more often from now on, simply because it helps with setting the clothing up to get rigged, to get weight mapped much better, because in the end this looks, or the weight mapping looks much better on this one than before. I also had to weight map the Ingrid hair. I actually weight map this before, like with the whole smoothing stuff, but there were still issues, so I had to actually go over the whole thing. But it only took a few minutes, so that's fine. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm back. I'm going to make more content coming the next few days and weeks, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the render, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys around.